Well, good evening. What's going on, everybody? Pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, I'm going to be reviewing both Night 1 and Night 2 of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's Mayhem. That's right, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling back on the scene on March 14th and 15th for 2 nights of awesomeness, which both took place at the St. Clair College at Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And I have to say, both nights were good. And, you know, I think overall I still prefer Night 1 over Night 2. But, I mean, both were good. Overall, both were good. But, overall, I think I like Night 1 better. But, you know, let's get into it. Let's get started. So, let's start off with Night 1, shall we? Okay. Now, here's the graphic. So, unfortunately, because I ended up, like, watching the archive and whatnot, so unfortunately, they did not show the pre-show matches, so I was really bummed about that, because I wanted to see those, but they did show some highlights at the middle of the show. But the pre-show were 2 of the MLP Women's Tournament quarterfinal matches. We had Beaa Moss versus Taylor Rising, which Taylor Rising ended up getting the victory, pinning Beaa Moss after hitting a pedigree. So Taylor Rising advanced to the semis. And then the second quarterfinal match, you had Aurora Teves. I don't know how to say that correctly. Or Teves. Took on the Professor, Serena Deeb, which Serena Deeb was able to get the submission victory, submitting Aurora with the Serenity Lock to advance to the semifinals. So, just wanted to catch those right quick since I didn't get to see them, but only highlights. So, wanted to get those out of the way. The main card started off with this tag match right here, as the Intergalactic Jet Setters of KUSHIDA and Kevin Knight took on the team of QT Marshall and Blake Christian. Pretty good match to kick off the main card. I definitely enjoyed it. It was definitely back and forth. I am a big fan of the Intergalactic Jet Setters. I've met KUSHIDA and Kevin Knight, so I like them both, and they were definitely cooking in this match. But so was QT Marshall and Blake Christian, and I'm not really that big of a fan of QT Marshall. I do like Blake Christian. I like, especially as a high flyer. This match was a little over 14 minutes, but overall, a good start. A really good start to the main card. To be honest, I really didn't have any complaints. Really did not have any complaints. The action was great. Loved the high flying. Kevin Knight is a beast. And yeah. Kevin Knight pinned Blake Christian after him and KUSHIDA hit the perfect timing, which is pretty much the skull and bones. But they hit perfect timing and pick up the victory in the opening match. So, good stuff. Really good stuff. Alright, let's go back to the graphic. Next match. So, next match, right here, as we had a 8-man tag. We had the team of ELReverso, Bhupinder Gujjar, Billy Gunn, and Mike Rollins, up here at the top, taking on the team of Rohan Raju, Rohit Raju, Raj Singh. And instead of now Johnny Swinger, it's now apparently Johnny Parisi. It's team number 2. Match was alright. Match was alright. Was just a little over 10 minutes. So, not super long or anything like that, but it hit the 10-minute mark at least. But, to be honest, I mean, I know Mike Rollins, known as Psycho Mike, was all about the body slam and whatnot, but I don't know. It was hard to really stay engaged in this match. It was hard to stay engaged. But, it was probably a good thing that the heels won. But it was really hard to stay engaged with this match. But the finish was pretty cool. I did like the finish. ELReverso went for a springboard move, and Rohan Raja countered with a flatliner, a really nice counter flatliner, and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. So the team number 2, the heels, ended up winning. Rohan Raja, Rohit, Raju, Raj Singh, and Johnny Parisi. Raj Singh had a lot of offense in this match. I did also want to point that out. He did have a good amount of offense in this match. Okay. Let's go to our next match, which was another MLP Women's Tournament quarterfinal. So, direct your attention to the upper left corner as we had Zoe Sager versus Smiley Kylie Ray. Match was pretty decent. I just wish it could have been longer. It was only 7 minutes 53 seconds. Really wish it could have been longer. That's really my main complaint with this match, is that I just wish it could have been longer. But Kylie Ray got the pin on Zoe Sager, pretty much reversing a dragon screw into a pin of her own. Was very neat, very well done. But reversed this dragon screw into a pin and pinned Zoe for the 3 count. Kylie Ray advances to the semifinals. So good win for her. She's really cool. I've met her before. She's really cool. Okay. Next match was my favorite match of the card. Favorite match of the card, hands down. All right. Direct your attention right here as we had a singles match between Pro Wrestling Noah's Kaito Kiyomiya and Canada's own Sheldon Jean. This match was excellent. And honestly, Sheldon Jean looked really, really good in this match. I mean, I already expected a great showing from Kaito Kiyomiya, but Sheldon Jean really held his own against a 3-time GHC heavyweight champion and somebody who he's trained with long time ago. So this match was phenomenal. Almost went 20 minutes. It was 18 minutes 47 seconds. It would have been so cool if it went 20 minutes. It came close, but this match was excellent. Definitely back and forth, hard hitting, and Sheldon Jean playing a good heel for this match as well. But I mean, just this match was excellent. From both competitors looked awesome, and I hope they run it back at some point. I really do. That match was amazing. In the end, Kaito Kiyomiya did end up getting the victory. He hit the the Shining Lancer. I don't know why triangle came up. Hit the Shining Lancer on Sheldon Jean and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. Kaito Kiyomiya with the victory. And, nice little show of sportsmanship afterwards. That was really cool to see. Good sportsmanship from both these competitors because they know each other. you know, they've trained together. So, good sportsmanship, excellent match. Alrighty. Let's go to the next match. Alright, we had this bad boy here. We had the Jericho Cruise Oceanic Championship on the line. As the champion, Kid Chocolate, which, oh my god, that's a weird name, Jabari, defended against Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori, Stu Grayson, Brent Banks, Michael A.R. Clark, and Rich Swann. This was a pretty action-packed match in itself. A lot of chaos. Match was a little over, well, was almost 11 and a half minutes. Thought it could have been a little bit longer, especially with it being a title match. But, I mean, there was a lot of action. A lot of non-stop action in this match. Definitely liked what I saw out of Brent Banks. And, of course, you know, I'm a big Rich Swann fan. I've met Rich Swann. Pretty nice for my first impression of Jabari. Never heard of him before until the show. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But action-packed match. But Jabari was able to get the pin on Brent Banks after hitting an Air MJ elbow drop. And then pinned him for the 1-2-3. Jabari, still your Jericho Cruise Oceanic champion. And then, afterwards, Michael A.R. Clark attacked Mo after the match. And then PCO showed up and pretty much came to the rescue. Had a little short brawl with Michael A.R. Clark. Got the best of him. Was going to do one of his barrel roll dives. But he got out of there. And some of the other competitors were left outside the ring. So he was bound to hit that move. So he did on the others and laid them out. So PCO standing strong. Gotta love it. Alright. Let's go to the next match. Alright, we want to go right here in this lower right corner. As we had a singles match between Mike Bennett and Alex Zane. This was a good solid match. Lasted a little over 14 and a half minutes. But yeah, it was a good back and forth match. Of course, was really going hard for Alex Zane. Which, honestly, I thought he had this in the bag, especially towards the end. But, of course, Mike Bennett had to use dirty tactics. Had to use the ref for a shield. Shove the ref to the turnbuckle that Alex Zane was on. And then he pretty much took advantage of that. Hit a nasty cradle pile driver. And pinned Zane for the 3. Had some snot hanging out of his nose on his mustache. But Mike Bennett, your winner. But good match, though. Good match. You know, he eventually wiped that snot off his mustache. But still, good match. Okay. Next up, and this was another great match. I think for me, this was like my second favorite of the card for night 1. Definitely my second favorite. Check it out. All right, upper right corner. We had the last MLP Women's Quarterfinal match, as we had Laney Luck versus Giselle Shaw. This match was awesome. This match was back and forth, hard hitting from both of these ladies. I mean, it really could have gone either way. I mean, Lady Luck was really getting the best of Giselle Shaw for a while, but just Giselle Shaw, came back, and then it just really started to even out between these two. But it was a great match. I mean, these ladies really tore the roof off. In the end, Giselle Shaw was able to pick up the victory, hitting Lady Luck with the denouement, and then pinning her for the 3 count. But yeah, so great match there from Giselle Shaw. So we know the ladies that have advanced are Taylor Rising, Serena Deeb, Kylie Ray, Giselle Shaw. And of course, night 2 was where they hosted the semifinal matches, which we'll get to in a bit. Okay, main event for night 1 of MLP Mayhem. Here it is, right in the middle. We have the NWA World Championship on the line. As the champion, Tom Latimer defended against the Nomad Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin. Good match. Good, hard-hitting match between both these guys. Action was inside the ring, outside the ring. Definitely back and forth. This match went over 17 and a half minutes. So, good time. Really good time for its main event. Really could have gone either way. And Bishop Dyer put up a great fight. A really great fight. But Tom Latimer was able to pick up the victory, pinning Bishop Dyer, actually using the ropes, feet on the ropes, for leverage, and was able to get the 3 count. And of course, he got booed like crazy afterwards. But yeah, Tom Latimer, still your NWA World Champion. Not too surprised. I mean, I didn't think he was gonna lose to Bishop Dyer. But yeah, kind of a weak finish for the main event, but I mean, it was a heel finish, so can't say that I'm too shocked there. I mean, I think Tom Latimer is a lot better as a heel anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, so that was night 1 of MLP Mayhem. But yeah, great start. Really great start overall. Like I said, Kaito Kiyomiya versus Sheldon Jean was my favorite. Second favorite was Giselle Shaw, Lady Luck. So those were my top 2. So anyway, let's switch gears to night number 2, shall we? All right. Okay, let's take a look at night number 2 of MLP Mayhem. So, unfortunately, was not able to see or get the results of the 2 pre-show matches because they didn't even show them, nor did they show highlights of them. So, if anybody happens to know the results from the tag match between Johnny Parisi and Raj Singh versus Mo Jabari and Brent Banks, as well as B. Moss and Lady Luck versus Aurora, Teves, and Zoe Sager, let me know. I would love to know. It was just kind of a bummer that they didn't broadcast these, not even on their YouTube page. So, yeah, such a bummer. So, main card actually started right over here. Alright, main card started off with a trios match. We had Blake Christian, QT Marshall, and Sheldon Jean taking on Bhupinder, Gujjar, ELReverso, and Psycho Mike Rollins. Match was all right. Was a little past 10.5 minutes long, but for the most part, it was all right. Just I know Psycho Mike got crazy with the body slams and whatnot. And honestly, I wasn't too surprised at the outcome, just considering that, you know, Blake Christian, QT Marshall, and Sheldon Jean were on the losing end in their matches in night one, so did not surprise me that they ended up winning this match on night two. QT Marshall hit a diamond cutter on ELReverso and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. But yeah, Blake Christian, QT Marshall, Sheldon Jean are your winners of the opening main card match. Okay. Next up, we get started on the MLP Women's Tournament semifinals. So, direct your attention to the upper left corner as we went ahead and did the first semifinal match, which was Taylor Rising versus Kylie Ray. Smiley Kylie Ray. Pretty decent match for the most part. Just a little over 11 minutes. Definitely went back and forth. Taylor Rising had some good offense against Kylie Ray. Definitely Kylie Ray was the favorite going into this match. But Taylor Rising put up a great opposition in this match. But when it was all said and done, Smiley Kylie Ray getting the submission finish with the crossface. And yeah, punched her ticket to the finals, which, like I said, the finals will crown the first ever MLP Canadian Women's Champion. So, Smiley Kylie Ray punches her ticket to the finals. So, congrats to her. Good match, though. Good match. Alright, let's go into our next match. So, direct your attention right here to the left. We had the Fatal 4-Way match with Kaito Kiyomiya versus Alex Zane versus Stu Grayson versus Ishimori. Taiji Ishimori, that is. Overall, a pretty fun, action-packed match. My only complaint was it was 9 minutes, 20 seconds. I really wish it could have been like 11 or 12 minutes long because I really like the talent in this match. Like, very loaded match with these four guys. I like all four of these guys. But my only complaint is I just wish it would have been a longer match, like in the 10, 11, 12 minute mark. But all four really got in some great offense. Was a good amount of high flying as well. I really like when Stu Grayson does that springboard somersault senton across the ring apron. Thought that was really cool. Or senton atomico, pretty much. But match was good. Just wish it would have been longer. But Alex Zane, did not expect him to pick up the win in this, but Alex Zane gets the victory. He actually pinned Taiji Ishimori, hit him with the Baja Blast first, and then dropped him with a Taco Driver, and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. So the sauce, Alex Zane wins the Fatal 4-Way. Not who I would have thought would win this, but hey, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Alright, let's go to our next match, which was the last MLP Women's Tournament semifinal match. Here we are. Upper right corner. It came down to Giselle Shaw versus Serena Deeb. Definitely one of my favorite matches of the card. Both of these ladies really went toe-to-toe, hold for hold, strike for strike, you name it. Match lasted over 20 and a half minutes. And it was definitely one of my favorites on the card for night 2, for sure. And just both of these ladies were solid. And it really could have gone either way. Both came into this match with a lot of momentum. And many may say probably 2 of the strongest competitors in this tournament. So, not surprised that it went as long as it did. Both ladies did great. But when it all came down to it, Giselle Shaw ended up pinning Serena Deeb with kind of a variation of a seatbelt clutch. Very similar. But pinned her for the 1-2-3. And Giselle Shaw punches her ticket to the finals with the victory. With that being said, the finals are set. Comes down to Smiley Kylie Rae versus the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw. Kylie Rae came to the ring, tried to show sportsmanship. They shook hands, and then Giselle laid out Smiley Kylie Rae, beat up on her some, took her red ribbon, wore it, and then gave her the denouement before throwing it down at her. So, pretty much Giselle turning heel right at that moment. So we at least know the face and the heel going into this finals match, which they will do the finals on May 10th. I believe that event's called MLP Northern Rising, I believe. But that'll be May 10th. So, definitely looking forward to that. But, solid match. Solid match. Okay, let's go to our next match. Alright. Feast your eyes here as we have the street fight next between PCO and Michael A.R. Clark. I mean, I'm not going to say the match was terrible. It's just, I don't know. Matches with PCO and just, I mean, with it being a street fight and there being weapons and stuff was you know, helped a little bit with the effect, but I don't know, just lately these type of matches with PCO just really don't hook me. They really don't hook me. But like I said, I don't think it was a terrible match. It was just really hard for me to stay consistently engaged. But I mean, they had all sorts of weapons, from cookie sheets and tables and chairs, barbed wire boards, a barbed wire 2x4, and shoot, seeing PCO doing the somersault senton through the table. Well, the first time the table didn't even break, and then the second time it did. So there was that. But I mean, you know, both got bloodied up. Kudos to PCO taking those head shots with the kendo stick. I mean, he got busted open from those, but dang, he took those shots head on. He took like three or four of those kendo stick shots to the head. I was like, dang, dude. But the finish, not too bad. PCO laid a PCO labeled barbed wire board on top of Michael A.R. Clark, and then he got on the turnbuckle and hit the PCO salt onto the board, onto Michael, and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. So, not a bad finish. Not a bad finish. But, I don't know, it was a challenge staying engaged in this match. But, that's just me. But I wouldn't say it was a terrible match. But it lasted 17 minutes, 45 seconds, so it is what it is. Alright, let's go to the next match. Alright, we want to turn our attention to tag team action here. As we have the team of Billy Gunn and the Nomad Bishop Dyer taking on the team of NWA World Champion Thomas Latimer and Matt Cardona. Match was alright. I mean, it only lasted 10 minutes, 25 seconds. I wouldn't say it was anything too special. I mean, Billy Gunn did a whole bunch of suck it chants. I mean, him and Bishop Dyer worked pretty well together, I guess. I don't know. There was nothing really special about this match, to be honest with you. But, it was good seeing Bishop Dyer hit the end of days. We didn't even see that in night one, so he hit the end of days on Matt Cardona. And then, of course, Billy Gunn got a chance to hit the Famercer on both Tom Latimer and Matt Cardona, but Bishop Dyer got the finish, hitting the end of days on Matt Cardona, then pinning him for the 3 count. Bishop Dyer, Billy Gunn, your winners in this match. So, like I said, not anything special or crazy, but yeah. All right, let's go to the next match. 1 second. Had something in my eye for a second. All right, next match. All right, go to this lower right corner as we had the one title match of night 2. So we had the PWA Champions Grail on the line as the champion Rohan Raja defended against Rich Swann. I gotta be honest with y'all. I really thought this match could have been so much better, but just the pacing of it, I wasn't feeling the pacing of it. Match lasted 14 minutes, 19 seconds. Me personally, I felt like it could have been such a better match than what it was. I mean, the action picked up some in little bits and pieces, but for the most part, the pacing felt really slow. It's just in my honest opinion. So, I was kind of bummed. Because, I mean, I like Rich Swann, but this was definitely, to me, not one of his strong matches. So, that's really all I can say about that. But, Rohan Raja was able to get the victory, pinning Rich Swann after hitting the feast. But yeah, still your PWA Champions Grail holder, Rohan Raja. But that match could have really been so much better. So I was pretty bummed. But it is what it is. And then the main event of night 2 came down to this middle tag team champion, or not tag team champion, but tag team main event. As the Kingdom, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven went up against the Intergalactic Jet Setters of KUSHIDA and Kevin Knight. A great solid match between two good tag teams. Match went almost 21 minutes. Almost hit the 21-minute mark. But it was great back and forth. I mean, the Kingdom played really good heels in this match. And, I really don't have any complaints. But it was definitely back and forth. It got to a moment where the Intergalactic Jet Setters hit the perfect timing. And then as they were making the pin, Blake Christian showed up, pulled the referee out. And then pretty much him, Sheldon Jean, and QT Marshall came in and just whipped up on the Jet Setters. Rich Swann and Mike Rollins tried to come out and even things up, but that didn't go too well as the Kingdom plus QT Marshall, Sheldon Jean, and Blake Christian was just really too much for the group. But the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, came to the rescue and pretty much cleaned house and even picked up QT Marshall and just hit like a spinning Argentine backbreaker through the table outside the apron. There's a table there. So Josh Alexander for the rescue. And then pretty much the match kept going. It looked like the Kingdom was going to take advantage. The referee was down. Another referee came in, attempted to make a 3 count. Didn't work as KUSHIDA kicked out. And then the action continued for a couple, maybe for like another half minute or so. But the Jet Setters were able to regather themselves and pretty much dispose of Matt Taven and then hit the perfect timing on Mike Bennett. KUSHIDA with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Intergalactic Jet Setters win in the main event. So, yeah, not only did they win the opening in night 1, but they win the main event in night 2. Hey, I say that's pretty cool for them. And then Josh Alexander got on the mic and talked about how he will be making his return to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling at Northern Rising at the show on May 10th. So, pretty much ended the show on that note. But like I said, both nights were good, but I'd have to say night 1 was better. Overall, night 1 was better. But, I enjoyed both shows for what they were. But yeah, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Northern Rising, so far they have announced that, so the finals of the women's tournament will be at the show. Also, they're going to be doing a 20-man championship gauntlet, I guess, to crown the first ever men's MLP Canadian champion. So, got that to look forward to. But yeah, May 10th. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts were. Did you check out both nights for MLP Mayhem? Which night did you like better? Or did you like them both the same? Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed start to the week, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Laters.